friends, and welcome to Mystic Star Magic. I am so happy that you are here as we find out what's happening with you this week. So we haven't been doing as much as what's happening this week, but we are back, and we're just gonna kind of continue on forward. So let me show you each pile. So this is pile 1. Okay, perfect. Pile 2. Pile 3, this is pile 4, and this is pile 5. And if you're loving these cards, this is by me, Lost Goddess, Once Upon a Dream Oracle. Yes. Alright, let's just actually close our eyes and inhale, clear our mind. And now as we exhale and open our eyes, choose whichever pile draws you to it. Alright, let's do this. Hello, group 1. Alright, so you chose this beautiful card, which is all about opportunities, so opening the door to opportunities. And so this is kind of what you are, the overall energy for this weekend. So there's opportunities, and how do we get these opportunities? So surprises sometimes shock, total paradigm shift. So the Lady of Lightning, so I feel like it's almost like unexpected opportunities, ones that you weren't even thinking that would happen, but somehow doors are opening for you, and I really like this. So it's almost like, whew, I almost feel like there's a lot of energy here. So that's kind of where it's coming from too. So using your own energy, and I feel like magnetism, if that makes sense to you, in your charms. But yes, opportunities are there, but will you open the door to let them in? I think that's also something. I feel like for me, this is actually saying, like, even if you don't want it, it's gonna happen. So there's that. Let's see what other things are coming. Oh, look at that. Love it. Definitely. Oh, I like this. And I like that this is kind of coming in as a choice. Again, this is sort of like the opportunities, the choices. What path are you wanting to choose? And I can see, like, here there is like friendships, a lot of celebration, a lot of happiness. There's also like a potential for just well-being. Like, it's almost like you're traveling from the 3 to the 10. So there's a potential for a great deal of growth this week is what I'm seeing here. So the 2 of Swords is telling us, though, that we have the choice. And it almost feels like you have to kind of go within yourself, close your eyes, go within yourself and make that choice. And the choice is, are you going to let like opportunities in? I really feel like that. And I feel like it's almost like, are you going to not only let opportunities in, open that door, but are you willing to go kind of something, almost feel like a little bit of radical change in your life? Because I don't like that Lady of Lightning. It's like, it's not something that, it's just like, oh, all of a sudden it's sort of like an opportunity that just kind of shows up. Are you willing to like step in, or are you not? And I feel like you are, because I feel like there's something that you've been wanting, this happiness, like you've been craving it, and then just I feel like you've been blocking it a little bit with like, maybe I don't know what choice to do, and I feel like the universe is like, just opens like a door here and just like, are you willing to step in? I think you will. Let's go in further. So we have the Ferret, a warrior, survivor, positive attitude, confidence, energy clearing. And I feel like that's the positive energy and confidence. And what I'm seeing with the confidence here is actually like having confidence in your choice, having confidence in your dreams, right? I feel like sometimes we kind of just go along life because it's more comfortable. It's the, it's the pattern. It's the what we know. And I feel like this week is telling you, like, do something a little different. Go with the confidence. Whenever you see that opportunity opening, like that door being presented, go ahead and take it. And trust in yourself, trusting in again, like your dream and being happy. Yeah. It's almost like you're like, oh, I can't be happy. Yes, universe wants you to be happy. Let's see what other stuff is coming here. Look at this, leadership, power, and savage. So it's a sense, again, of having power. and the power, it comes from choices, right? Really, if you think about it, it's like in leadership, it's also about choices. And having confidence in those choices, having confidence in yourself is what really power comes in. It's not about like, telling other people what to do, but it's actually being willing to make the choices, and then also kind of being prepared to deal with the consequences of those choices. And here I feel like the consequences of your choices are quite lovely. Let's go ahead and see what love life is here. So nightlife is important, and financial restraints. So financial restraints might be something that's blocking love here. But it almost feels like even though there's financial restraints, I feel like you can still have fun. You can still kind of find something to do that makes you kind of happy. Does that make sense? I mean, yeah, it kind of should make sense, right? But I feel like there's more to life than just kind of, like I said, it's like there's more to life than just kind of going about the same thing, doing the same thing over and over again. It's like, I feel like I'm going to say go on a little adventure this week. All right, let's see what other hidden aspects what do we have for this week. We want to just like highlight for them, yeah, secrets. So go and discover your like secrets. I feel like the opportunities is all about discovering secrets. For some of you, maybe even what was I gonna say? Really kind of almost like maybe even looking into past knowledge. I feel like, especially if you're having trouble with the decision and seeing opportunities, I feel like there is untapped potential. That's what I'm saying, untapped potential that can help you with this financial restraints and with this happiness. Let's tap into this. I really feel like you need to, this week is about tapping into your own power, and not being afraid to go and do a little something that's different. Let's see what affirmation for the week is for you, for the collective group one. Okay. Today I am brimming with energy and overflowing with joy. Oh my goodness, that is perfect. Today I am brimming with energy and overflowing with joy. And it's funny that it comes under the 5 of spades, which is the 5 of swords. So 5 of swords can be about ego, but instead here what we're going to say is that instead of I guess letting that ego come through, instead it's like, again, like I said, leadership isn't about, and power isn't about like the ego. Really, it's about being willing to make choices, and then being able to like also like be prepared for the consequences of the choices, right? It really shouldn't be about ego. And I feel like that's why it's today I'm brimming with energy and overflowing with joy. And I feel like this is like the joy. You actually see the joy all throughout. And the joy comes, again, not from the ego, right? But look, from connecting with friends, but from being with loved ones. It's really, so maybe what the choice is are you following your ego or are you following your higher self, right? And I think your higher self is trying to like show you different things here. So yeah, I kind of like this. Okay, so I hope you liked this reading, group one. If you did, please do consider liking, giving it a thumbs up, and subscribing. It helps the channel grow. I am beyond honored and happy that you are here sharing your energy, sharing your time, and of course sharing your journey with me. Thank you so much for letting me read your cards. Until I see you in the next one. Bye-bye, my dear friends. Hello, my friends from group 2. So you have this, which is all about synchronicities. So this week is what it is like a strong, be on the lookout for synchronicities. I almost feel like there's also like messages coming from birds. So we have the Swan Queen, transformation, intuition, and patience here. So intuition is high here. Listening, also having grace, like there's grace, giving yourself grace, being graceful in all things. I also feel like it's almost like the synchronicity is also like either you are helping others, or yeah, I feel like that's it. Like you're helping others this particular week. There's also like a sense of having patience to hear all the messages. Like if they don't come at once, they don't all come at once. Yeah, it might be also that for some of you who are in twin flame connections, and there might be more messages or synchronicities in terms of that coming this week. Yeah, 13 for action. 13 for me is actually a lucky number, so for some other people it's not. Look at this, Ace of Cups. We have the Knight of Swords, and then we have the Four of Cups. All right, so in particular, this deck always with this Four of Cups is sort of like, I feel like this Ace of Cups is being offered, and you might not be noticing it. So it's sort of like this is kind of echoing here. It's saying like, yes, there is an Ace of Cups being offered this week, but you might have your eyes closed to it. You might be ignoring it, maybe focusing too much on these 3 cups that have already been emptied, or focusing too much on like trying to move too fast with the Knight of Swords, like you're rushing into something, where I feel like this week might be not rushing so much as like maybe really kind of like slowing the pace down so you can see the Ace of Cups that's coming for you. And stop, I would say, like, let's, like be like, yep, those 3 cups are gone, but you have something that's completely new, and even like a new beginning, a new something, a sense of coming that will bring you happiness and joy, fulfillment. Yeah, that's so beautiful. Really like very, very beautiful energy. I like this a lot. And let's see what other, like, oh, what's next? Let's see. We have, okay, Spider. So we have creativity, feminine power, patience. Again, patience is, again, very strong. Persistence, emotional awareness, allure, networking, strategic wealth attraction. So for me, this is like patience. Yeah, like I said, this is not a week to rush. Just gain clarity, sort of like go in, listen to your intuition, having the patience, because I feel like there is something that's being offered this week. But you could, like, not that you could miss it, because I feel like the universe is saying, like, no, even if you're trying to ignore it, it's going to be offered over and over again until you see it. So, but just being conscious of that, some sort of like Ace of Cup is being brought into your life. And so if you can, be aware of it, it's even better. And taking action, but action like from your intuition, not just like rush action, but more a sense of clarity. Yeah, very much. I do really like this. And in that case, I also want to say like synchronicities, very much so. So like the universe is going to send you that kind of guidance for you as you can develop those synchronicities. Let's see what other things are coming. So little sister, kindness, curiosity, and headstrong. So maybe it can be. So being careful to not be too headstrong, to actually be willing to see things in a different perspective. And also with a sense of curiosity, because if you have a sense of curiosity, then you're actually more willing to see that Ace of Cups. If you're willing to kind of open your eyes and be like, hey, wait, there's that Ace of Cups. What is this being offered to me? So that might be something to do there. And then we have, for some of you, the love energy is crush. So either you're having a crush on somebody, or somebody has a crush on you and might be even offering you this Ace of Cups, but you might not be watching it. So, or like, basically it's like hidden emotions that are kind of coming forward. And I think, are you willing to accept it? Or are you willing to offer that cup to others? I don't know. Guess it depends. So we have, so this might be also, this is like the kind of the energy that is undertones here, that door to dreams. So listening to your dreams. So synchronicities might also be coming through in your dream time. So I feel like this week is very intuitive. It's sort of like listening to all your, like even writing down your dreams if you can, and just kind of listening. Does that make sense? Meditating, really hearing that inner guidance. I think that's what I'm going to say. Let's see what your affirmation for the week is. Though those times are difficult, they are only short phases of life. Though these times are difficult, they are only short phases of life. Okay, and so that makes sense. Sorry, it's like hard to read. Oh, and then that's the Nine of Swords. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Okay, Nine of Swords. So when you're worried, maybe this is why you're in your head a lot, right? You're in your state of worrying instead of like, when we're in a state of worrying, in a state of like, oh my goodness, almost feel like caught up in the maya of the drama, we miss out on the Ace of Cups. So it feels like, yes, like a sense, maybe a sense of apathy, of not in action in a sense. Even though we like this Knight of Swords, that there is action, it's sort of like inspired action rather than just rash action. I hope that makes sense. I do like this energy though. I do want to get a little bit more though. What's another affirmation? Because I'm like, okay, we get that affirmation, but what other kind of... Okay. And I like this one. Okay. I possess the qualities needed to be extremely successful. And that's the Seven of Pentacles. And that's also about patience. So you have the potential to be very successful in all things that you want. But you have to, you already have the qualities, but you have to have patience with yourself and patience with things, being kind of like put together, and listening and watching those synchronicities. Like I said, there's a sense of synchronicities coming through, and so they might just be what needs to happen. The dreams might also give you guidance as to what's next, and not like being aware of the fact that yes, we do have these worries, and there is maybe difficult times, but there are a lot of them are in your head that we keep replaying them over and over, and sometimes that's how we get stuck in that. And then we feel like we have no power, and we're just kind of stuck in this state of apathy. But I feel like universe is like knocking this week. It's like universe and spirit are knocking on your door and saying, hey, we have an Ace of Cups for you. We have an Ace of Cups for you. So please accept that Ace of Cups. And it would be so cool. Because they'll be happy and you deserve it. Just allow yourself. It's the beginning. I mean, that's the thing. It's an Ace of Cups. It's the beginning of potential of something really fun. And I feel like maybe for some of you, maybe that is that crush coming. Are you willing to listen? Maybe, hey, you never know. This person who has a crush might be somebody worth knowing. Maybe not, but if you don't give them a chance, you'll never know. Okay. I hope you liked this reading. If you did, please do consider giving it a thumbs up and subscribing to the channel. It just helps the channel grow. It keeps me coming back for more. Thank you so much. Oh my God, thank you so much. I feel so honored that I get to read your cards and that you are here sharing your energy, sharing your time, and sharing your journey with me. Until I see you in the next one. Bye-bye, my dear friends. Group 3. I'm so excited to be here with you. Okay, so overall energy, there's a lot of memories, nostalgia. And this is it with the Arrow Master. So, memory 6 of Cups energy, the Arrow Master, hitting the mark, intention and detachment. Okay, so what do I want to say about that? Like, I feel like I would want to say, like, valuing the past and valuing memories is important, and you can actually go there and like enjoy those memories, but not being attached to them. I almost feel like this week is like, yes, using the past not as something for us to like be too much nostalgic on, but rather using the past to help us, guide us to create something new and exciting in the now. I mean, in the near future as well. Yeah, it almost feels like what I'm seeing here is also like, I like the message that I keep hearing. It's like, make like the now and the near future, but the now especially, as awesome as the past. That's what I'm saying here. And you can do it. I mean, if the past is amazing, what was it from the past that made it so amazing, right? And then let's bring that forth here into the now. I hope that makes sense. I really feel like that's what I'm seeing here, and it's really about that. And if you have that intention of like, yes, we're gonna make the now, as awesome as the past, that's going to help you, guide you. And it's sort of like, once you've made that, even just that little, like even the little decision, that's just going to help you, in terms of like, you can even release it there and just like let the universe come and help you and start guide you through that as well. I like that one a lot. Okay. Five of Cups, yes, all right. Okay, and look at that. Okay, Five of Cups. I was going to say this was a little bit of Six of Cups, but I could see how it's a Five of Cups. So the memories of like past things where we wanted to change, or we wanted to like, we wanted to be better. And that's why we also have this Judgment. So the Judgment card is definitely an awakening, right? It's being called, but it also can be revisiting the past. And so noticing whether you're ready to move on to the next phase of your life. And I feel like universe is saying, like, please do, because look at this, Nine of Pentacles. This is where, look at this. If we can release this Five of Cups, we have the Nine of Pentacles. That's fulfillment, happiness, confidence, just being overall well off. And it's sort of like awakening. Look at the difference. We have the shadow area here, awakening to the light side, like to the glorious part. I feel the universe is saying, yes, it is time for you to move forward. It is time for you, because this is also almost, it's the next one would be the world, and you would have that completion. So are you ready for this new adventure? I feel like that's what it is. And it's a very good new adventure, but you have to, in order to engage in this new adventure, you have to release this past, this holding on to spilled milk, holding on to like this, like, I couldn't, it isn't as good now as it was in the past, or it could have been like, I could have done something different in the past. And then, like, you know what? I hear ya, because I feel that way sometimes, and then I remind myself, I'm like, it's the past, it's done. I can't change it, but I can change the now. I can plant the seeds for the future. I can enjoy the now that I have now, right? So this is what I feel like very strong for you coming through. Let's see what other stuff here. Freedom, service to other, overcoming obstacles, forward momentum. I think that's what I'm seeing. Forward momentum, loyalty, power, creativity, abundance. Yes, an abundance here, and sex appeal. But really what I'm seeing here is like using that horsepower to get that forward momentum. There's a sense of like you've been stuck in the past a little bit. You've been wallowing in the past. Whatever it is, whether it's something you enjoyed or whether it's something you wanted to change, it's still too much focus in the past. And now it's like the universe is saying, like, this week is all about, no, we're moving forward, my friend. It's time for you to like choose that and like, you know, put your intention towards whatever it is that you want now and in the near future and the future. So that's what it is. Forward momentum. Let's see what other things. Cottage, home, shelter, privacy. I'm almost feeling here like this is a sense of it's weird because it's a sort of like an energy of this week, not just with your group, but in the previous groups. It's also like, it's sort of like we've been kind of getting too comfortable in where we are now, right? In a comfort in the past, or comfort where we are, sort of like, there's, not to say that we're all stagnant, but there's a sense of like things need to be shaken up a little bit. That's what I'm seeing here. And not just in your, like I said, not just for you, your group, but also just in general, all the other groups. Like something's got to be shaken up. And so yes, there is a home and a shelter and we feel safe, but you have to come out of that cottage. You have to get out of the house. You have to move forward and maybe even like look around your surroundings and see what's there. In terms of love, this is a crossroad. You're in a crossroad in maybe you have been focusing a lot on the past or like past connections, and now you're being offered something where it's like you might have something special now, but you have to let go of that past. So let's see what other aspects are hidden here. And let's, you know, what's been the undertones is what I like to call it, the hidden aspects of this week. So console. Yeah, I feel like that console comes from like, again, it's sort of like maybe making peace with the past, like consoling your past self, wherever it is. It's like, and again, look at this. It's the horse. I love this. The horse wants you to move forward. Spirit wants you to move forward, and it's there to kind of nudge you along the way. It's like, yes, I'm like the past. Yes, it might have been glorious, or it might have been sad, and you want to change it, or you want to like stay there forever. Either way, it's not what's gonna happen. We can't go back. So it's sort of like Spirit's like saying, nudging you and saying like, no, but we can have a really awesome now and a really awesome future too. Let's see what your affirmation is for you. Okay. I base my happiness on my own accomplishments. Okay, that's pretty good. So I base my own happiness on my own accomplishments. And that's the 7 of Wands, right? The 7 of Wands. And so that's sort of like, well, it could be an energy of defensiveness there as well. Maybe it's like it's a sense of defensiveness in terms of like I really do feel like you kind of just want to stay where you are in the comfort zone. And I feel like it's like no, you have to like it's like you need to move forward is what I'm seeing here. And so we have this Ace of Pentacles here, and I give myself permission to do what is right for me. And that is like move forward. And that's what I feel like Spirit's saying. You need to give yourself the permission to move forward. And nobody else can give you that permission. You yourself have to make that choice. So I hope you liked this reading. If you did, please do give it a thumbs up and please subscribe. It just helps the channel grow and it helps me keep me coming back for more. I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. I feel honored that I get to read your cards. And thank you for sharing your energy, sharing your time, and of course sharing your journey with me. Until I see you in the next one. Bye bye, my dear friends. So my friends from group 4, oh my goodness, I love this part. I love this one. And you love rats. They're so cute. Super smart, guys. Super fuzzy and awesome. Alright, so differences. Noticing, and not just differences in others, but differences in ourselves, my friends. I feel like that's acknowledging our shadow and our light, right? And being okay. Look, they're cozy together, right? I often, perfect, Lady of the Mirror, reflection and judgment. So I often feel like we have this thing with our shadow self. Like we're like, oh my goodness, there's certain emotions we're not allowed to feel. We have this like whole thing, and other people also aren't allowed to feel it. It's like good vibes only. And I'm like, I get that. I really do. I do like to be in like a very positive mindset. I do like to be with people that are also quite happy and enjoying life. And it is quite awesome. But there's moments where, guess what? Other emotions come into our lives and we, like maybe somebody just, rubs us the wrong way. And you know what? Sometimes that's okay. I really have to say that. All those types of emotions are okay. But let that be. The difference is it's okay to have different emotions. We can't all be like peppy and happy all the time. And those who try to do that are, sometimes we suppress our other emotions and we're like, no, we can't feel that. I'm going to be the first one. Sometimes I think negative thoughts. Sometimes there's people who just, I can't. I really can't. I'm just like, oh my God, I really want to be understanding because I really do. I really want to understand you. But you just, you're not making it easy. And so those are the people who when they're driving you crazy, it just feels like, you want to get out of there. And I get that. And then you feel bad because you're like, oh my goodness, you're not supposed to feel that way. But yes, it's okay. Oof, it's okay. I know I'm spewing a lot of things, but I feel like that's an important thing. And I feel like there's always this thing of like, oh, you have to feel like peppy and happy all the time. I want to say that I feel that way all the time. I don't. Sometimes that non-judgment, I'm judgmental. I try not to be. It just comes out naturally. It's my devil card. And my negative thinking double card also. It's also my thing of where like I'm also stubborn. Like, you can just get to know me. I'm also stubborn, and sometimes I'm like stubborn, like just because I'm like, it's my ego, and I know it's my ego, and I can see it play out, but I'm okay with it too. I'm okay with it because like sometimes sometimes on my light side, sometimes on my darker side. It's okay. They can be snugly together as long as I'm okay with me. We're okay, we're friends. And I feel like that's what I want to say. You are okay, my friend. You are more than okay. You are awesome. Except if you're feeling cranky today and then you yell at somebody, maybe apologize for snapping at them, but don't beat yourself up about it. Sometimes we go through that. Sometimes we just snap at people. Sometimes we gossip about others. I try not to gossip, but you never know. Okay, so Lady of the Mirror, this is perfect. A reflection, non-judgment. Really, it's all about reflection. And it's like, because it's a reflection of yourself. It really is. And so even though I say that, yes, I do have all those things. And like I said, there's people who trigger me. Oh, there's people who trigger me. So, but I'm aware of the fact that they're triggering me for some reason, for some growth that I need to have. They're always challenging my ego. And so my ego needs to be challenged. Otherwise, it tries to pretend it's not there. And I'm not a saint. I won't. So I want you to see this. Sorry. Like, I don't know why some groups I just talk a lot. And this one's going to be one of those. So whatever it is, whoever's triggering you, think about them as a mirror, letting you see. So whatever it's urging you about a person, what is it telling you about you? Not with judgment, not with saying like, oh my goodness, I'm a horrible person. No judgment there. That's the judgment, not judgment to yourself. What are they like? What is this emotion? What is this like feeling that you have telling you about whatever it is, right? If we're feeling jealous or we want like envious, jealous. What is it that this person has that you want? Not the actual thing, but it's giving you guidance. I always think about that. Like when we have that jealousy, we're like, oh my goodness, it's not fair. And you can come up with a whole bunch of reasons why it's not fair. I get that. But it's telling us. So using others, using our triggers, using our relationships as mirrors unto ourselves. And noticing and accepting that we are not, like we're going to have days where we might be a little cranky with others, snap. There might be times when we're gathered together with other people and then we kind of gossip. I don't know why gossiping is important, but it seems to be that way. Okay, enough of that jabber. Let's go forth. Okay, so choices. I see that choices. I feel like that choice is, again, sort of like choices about how we feel, choices about what we want, but I feel like this week is about making a choice. I really have to say, like, making a choice and making a plan for that choice. You can have, like, I feel like you're a daydreamer. I'm there with you. I'm also like a daydreamer. I have millions of different projects and ideas that I want to follow through, but we need to choose one this week and start planning for it because we want this abundance, right? This Queen of Coins. And I almost feel like this Queen of Coins or Queens of Pentacles is actually feeling very creative and wants to create, right? This is what we want, this abundance. We want this well-being in overall sense. I feel like I almost feel like there's a great sense of creation here. This Queen of Coins, Queen of Pentacles is really wanting to create, but can only do it so if she has to make a choice. And I feel like that's us. We need to make a choice about what dream we want to follow, make a plan, and then kind of like start working. I feel like if you can brainstorm what you want and actually make yourself a little plan for yourself. So that's important coming through. We also have, look at the otter, my friends. Okay, playfulness, friendliness, family time, proactive achievements. Yes, taking that action, positive outlook. Yes, lovely. But I also want you to see what is the shadow side. So there's naivety, insatiable appetites, chemical sensitivity or addiction, obsessive drive. And that could be like, I almost feel like here we have like a chemical sensitivity or insatiable appetites, maybe having too many daydreams here. And it's okay to have, right? I'm just saying, like, there's a playfulness, there's a friendliness. This is okay to have this there could also be this, there's a shadow side, and it's okay to have this, or like this insatiable, this obsessive drive to succeed. Oh my goodness, I have to do everything at the same time. No, it's also this Three of Wands is also letting us know that there's planning and there's patience that we also need to have. So patience with ourselves as well, and that also seems to be a trend throughout all the piles. Like patience is needed this week, but also action for the future is important, right? So here we go. And also like not getting stuck on daydreaming only. We need to actually start moving forward with this, because we really want this. This Queen of Pentacles wants to create. He wants this abundance all around right here. Okay, let's see what other stuff. So police officer, smart aleck, disbelief, useless. And now this is interesting for me. Because I was like, it's an interesting way of describing a police officer. So there's many characteristics. Some people like police, some people don't. That's not what we're going to get in there. But again, it's sort of, they let us know how we feel about, and not just here. It's like how we view things is really a reflection of a lot of I guess, maybe our own biases, right? So maybe you are feeling, I guess, maybe some of, like, I actually want to put these two together. So you have this playfulness, this friendliness, family time, proactive, achievement, positive outlook, but it could also at times be like other people might think, oh, you're just like not really, like you're not useful, you're not being proactive. So that's what I'm going to say here. But I do find it interesting. And then for love, there is a declaration of love. So some sort of declaration of love. And are you going to say it's a declaration of love for you? Or is it going to be a declaration of love? I feel like for me, it's a declaration definitely of at least for yourself, of like your shadow self and your both positive and negative aspects of ourselves, right? How do we view things? This is interesting. Now let's see. What is hidden from us this coming month, like this coming week? Sorry, I did actually think, oh, door to fear, look at that. Yep, okay. So we have, okay, so that's an interesting door, because sometimes we are afraid to acknowledge our own fear. And this is interesting. And actually I'm gonna put it together. This reading kind of went long, but sometimes we don't make a choice, and we don't make a choice. We have all these choices, but we don't make a choice because we're really actually afraid. We use that we don't know, or that we aren't sure about something, or we just daydreaming rather than taking action because we're afraid. And acknowledging that door to fear is sort of gonna actually let us be free. And so again, it's sort of accepting the shadow side, that sometimes we're afraid, and sometimes we more often than not we don't actually acknowledge that fear. Why? Because I don't know why we don't acknowledge it. It might be hard for us, I guess. I know that there's times when I'm like, oh, I'm always like, nope, I am not acknowledging the fear, because all of a sudden I can't sleep for a while, and I'm like, okay, only when I acknowledge that I'm afraid and what I'm afraid of, poof, then I have like, oh, I feel totally lighthearted. Let's see what your affirmation for this week is, my friends. Okay, my drive and ambition allow me to achieve my goals. Yeah, see, this is, and that's the Three of Pentacles. That's also like, okay, and that's the Three of Pentacles. That's like working in collaboration, but it's also like what I'm seeing here is like, yes, you have these dreams, you have to start making a decision and then making a plan, because this Queen of Coins wants to create. So my drive and ambition allow me to achieve my goals. And this also came out, which I thought was funny, because this is the Queen of Pentacles here. And it says, I can, I will, end of story. That's right. And I think that's the best way to end our reading, my friends. I hope you liked this reading. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and also please subscribe. It just helps the channel grow, and I appreciate it. I appreciate that you are here. Thank you for letting me read your cards. I feel honored that I got to do that. I'm just sending you so much love, so much light. Until I see you in the next one. Bye-bye, my dear friends. Hello, my so you chose this beautiful card, which is all about illumination. It's also reminding me a lot of the Hermit energy. So maybe you've been feeling a little Hermit energy coming through. Also, for some of you, maybe, I don't know why, but lighting candles might be good too this week. The High Lady of Love and Compassion, Reverence, Kindness, and Consideration. So I feel like what I'm seeing here is maybe love can illuminate, especially if you're in a state of darkness. Does that make sense? So, or a state of uncertainty, a state of where you're not really sure, where there's anything where you're not feeling confident in. That love is going to help you guide you. Yeah. It's like, it almost feels like there's a light. It's almost gonna make whatever it is feel better. And it's gonna guide you out of any place, whether it's confusion, whether it's just like uncertainty, right? So we have the Tower moment, which, we have the Queen of Wands, and then we have the Four of Pentacles, and we have the Two of Pentacles. So for some of you, maybe it is a sense of not having abundance, like a scarcity, because this Four of Pentacles is holding on to something because you're not sure, you're feeling insecure. It could be actual like physical, like money, trying to hold on to money. It could be trying to hold on to love, holding on, where it's like you just don't feel like you have enough. And so with this High Lady of Compassion and Illumination, it's letting you know that it's there, it's available. And I feel like it's almost saying like this balance comes from, again, sort of like finding balance within yourself and really letting love guide you, if that is coming through as well. So we do have the Tower, so there is some sort of like change. And that's probably why it might lead to that hermit mode where you kind of see things. So the Tower happens when we are wanting to change something and have been a little bit slow at changing. Universe comes and changes, gets rid of all the stuff that is unnecessary, so you can be highlighted to see what is. I feel like it's also like this Tower is sort of going to remind you that you have more than enough. This Two of Pentacles is finding balance even in this time of the Tower. Sometimes I've noticed that we get challenged, right? I feel like we get challenged because we need that growth. I don't know if that makes sense. And I feel like you can handle this Tower. You can handle this growth. You are actually much more powerful and strong than you have been acknowledging. With this Queen of Wands is about creativity, but it's also a sense of confidence. Like, she's very confident in herself. She can get things done, and I feel like you haven't been able to do that. There's a sense of, for me, it's like I feel like there's a sense of stagnation here, and it's stagnation throughout all the piles. So it's not just your pile. It's like a sort of like we've been like slowly threading through mud a little bit, and I feel like this next week is like, nope, we have to at least start planning for the next phase in our life. I feel like there's a big change coming. So in this energy, we want to change it from thinking that we have to hold on to being able to understand that we can create it. We can create abundance. We can create money. We can be able to attract love, or the love ourselves can give it. So it's like finding balance within yourself and finding your own power. This week is very important, especially with this Tower moment. You may feel like you're like, oh my goodness. So you may feel like there's a sense of you're thrown off, but you have this. You have the ability to find this power and balance. And I feel like what I'm seeing here is with this Queen of Wands is like, use the situation of whatever this Tower is for your own benefit. I hope that makes sense. Okay, we also have the mouth coming through. So abundance, yes, abundance is important. Persistent humility, power in numbers, and attention to details. So maybe attention to details, but I do feel like you are abundant. A sense of humility and persistence. And humility comes from that love versus like not, yeah, I feel like there's a sense of it. Yeah, I don't know why. I feel like there is something important. So we have the book. It's coming, Gift, Recipes, and Secrets. For some of you, journaling this week might be very helpful. It almost feels like knowledge is coming through here. Again, illumination, right? Some sort of illumination is coming through. So maybe looking for answers in books, and yeah, that's what I'm gonna say here. In terms of love, it's all about discovery. So discovery, again, using love as a lens to kind of guide you through everything. I hope that makes sense. I feel like I'm talking in such abstract terms that maybe that doesn't make sense. But it's sort of like this week is sort of about discovering a lot about yourself and your own strength. I feel like that is coming through here. Well, I hope it does make sense. See what's hidden, what aspect is coming. Hidden. Our guardian angel. I love this. So regardless of what happens, regardless of that tower and everything, you are being cared for and watched over. That guardian angel is there to watch over you. And I feel that that's important. And I look at this. Like love unlocks things. I feel like that's an important message. I know like that love, like self-love, all kinds of love is what is going to unlock it. And when I meant humility, I wanted to, I guess, explain that. I mean, not the ego. I talk a lot about the ego because I've been like, that's been something I've been focusing on recently. And you can actually tell when it's the ego versus when it's like not the ego. It feels different. And so humility allows you to drop that ego. That ego that says I'm in charge of everything and people have to do everything I tell them to. It's like you're like, no. Oh, look at this. I love this. So here's your affirmation. I give myself space to grow and learn. And that's important. So I think that's what I'm seeing here. This week is about allowing yourself to grow and to learn, and through love, if that makes sense. And this is the Two of Swords. So it's sort of like a choice that we're making. And you have this Two of Pentacles. So it really feels like you're in this in-between energy. Let's see what other affirmation. But you are being guarded and you're being taken care of. The guardian angel's there. So even when you feel like you're lost or when you're feeling like you can't handle it, they're always there for you. So that's important. So here, So I radiate beauty, charm, and grace. Oh my goodness, and that's absolutely true because that's the Queen of Wands. She radiates beauty, charm, and grace, and that's something that you do have. And I feel like that's important for you to acknowledge this week. 10 of Wands. So we also have that you're taking on a little bit too much, more than you need to. It might be because of the ego, though. I know. Sometimes we feel like I said, it's the ego that tells us that we have to control all sorts of situations and try to make people be into what we want them to be. I say, not necessary, my friends. I hope you liked this reading. If you did, please do give it a thumbs up and subscribe. It helps the channel grow. And I'm just honored that I get to do your reading. I love reading your cards. Thank you so much for letting me do that. Thank you so much for sharing your energy, your time, and of course, your journey with me. Until I see you in the next one. Bye-bye, my dear friends.